4.
Did you just give up
kind
too
of
quickly?
4.5, because there was like 1A, where I gave up before we even got married, and I kept the wedding, the engagement ring. I gave up 2 months before I was about to walk down the aisle.
So it could have been 5.
Could have been 5. But on
Do you
the
think
other end,
you've given up too easily then?
well, I've had an agenda, and you know, well. Do I give up? The fact is, do they change enough to melt? You know, because I think that when you're with
Why do you want them to change?
well, I want them to fit in with me, obviously.
That could be why you're 4 marriages on.
Yeah, there's 2 ways of doing things in life: my way and the wrong way. No, I think I'm a little bit more tolerant now. A little bit, not a lot. But you know, there are no children involved. I think when children are involved, it's different. And I think Catherine Zeta-Jones and Michael Douglas did split up, and they had a separation. And then, obviously, they're both very, very wealthy, so they can afford thousands and thousands of dollars worth of counselling and all of that. And they got back together again, which is fabulous, and it's good for their children. But myself, I've always been very ambitious. I've always had a very, very good career. I've always kept the houses because I own them, and I move on. But I've been with my current partner for almost 15 years, but it, you know, it involves a lot of accommodation. I don't find it easy.
So do you never accommodate? So would they say the same? Well, Janet would never compromise on anything because, you know, have a
compromise.
Boring
What is that word?
Exactly. So how boring
it's not
that
a word
sounds.
I can even say very.
But then maybe you're just not the marrying type for that reason because there is
compromise.
compromise.
I'm the marrying type because I've obviously got married 4 times and once in Las Vegas. And then actually, where I got married in Las Vegas, in the Elvis Chapel, I went back a few years later and there were people queuing up. Idiots queuing up to get married at this chapel, and I held up my wedding certificate and I burnt it
in front of them.
In front of them, and said, "Do not get married here, especially if you're drunk." And then the wedding chapel called the police.
So do you go into your marriages with, oh, if it doesn't work, we'll just get divorced?
I do give it a try. I am really patient. I mean, husband number 3 was much older than me, and I had decided that we weren't, you know, he was far too old for me, and I loved him dearly, but, you know, I couldn't face spending the rest of my life with him. And I was about to, you know, tactfully suggest we got divorced when he had a heart attack and I had to pay for bypass surgery on my insurance. So I was with him for another year.
How selfish.
Katie. So we haven't got time for all Janet, so Katie, so on to you.
She's the next one.
Yeah. Yours is very colourful compared to mine, I think.
Oh, you
at least we both got
wedding
married
cake.
in Vegas. So don't get married in Vegas, isn't
Exactly.
Is this 3rd marriage?
Third, I'm not like...
So
Yeah.
4,
marriage, but how many
3.
ceremonies?
Because I like the dress, about 7. Like the dresses.
What, so you had blessings on top of
yeah,
weddings?
we say that, we joke about it, but they meant something at the time. But 3rd time lucky, they say, and I'm staying with this one. And although we had problems, I'm glad we worked through it. And I know everyone's heard it all before, but you can work through a marriage if
Now,
you're
I have to say,
determined to.
I'm a mate, because on paper, or if I'd have to place a bet...
My CV,
I would have said, I'll put this year's salary that you would not have stayed with the man who cheated on you with 2 of your best friends.
What, you would have
she'll be
said that
out the door.
before?
Yeah, absolutely.
And here I am, nearly 2 years later, and happy as ever, and that's it. Yeah, it's weird, because the other 2 marriages, there was nothing nowhere near as bad as this, and yet we're not together, and I had kids.
And this is the happiest I've ever seen you.
I so am.
Yeah.
You know what it proves? I think what this proves is that... How old are you, Katie?
37, looking younger.
All right. It's the boasting. But at 37, she has matured more than I have. I think that's the proof. Yeah, definitely. You're a more mature 37-year-old if you're able to say we worked through our problems and I'm still happy, and I'm 69 and I've still got the mentality of an 18-year-old.
Yeah, but that's because she compromises and you don't. It's your way, the highway.
Yeah, I am the eternal spoilt teenager.
I am very patient, and I think to make a relationship work, you're in it together, you become as one. I don't think you should be set
Well,
on
to me,
his
there's
one.
an idea.
And children.
Yeah, and
Become as
children.
one. You don't, like, cut off your arm and leg and
No,
all
but, you know,
join
you
up.
have to work together. Although I've had children with my past, I also don't believe you should be with someone just because you've got kids. I want my kids to be in a happy home. I wouldn't want my kids to be in a home where they're arguing, so they're like, oh, they're arguing again.
Now, I would say...
Would you have given Kieran a second chance
If
as
I wasn't
easily if you
pregnant.
hadn't have been pregnant? Or do you
I
think
do
that
say
helped?
to him, Bunny probably helped because I was
At the time,
yeah.
yeah.
I would
are you
say
trying to get out of me here?
I know. I would say you would give up easily. So would you, with your marriage to Shane?
Ruth, I'm like a dog with a bone. I won't give up. I won't give up till I've no choice.
But then some people, I don't know what their problems are in a relationship. A lot of it could be money, because a lot of people struggle
I
because
just
of
think
money. But
every
then
relationship,
it's different.
whether it's married or whatever, is never 100% perfect 100% of the
No.
time. And
What
I
is
think,
perfect?
you know, you have to work on it. And you know what? Each section you get through, that at the time you think, I'm never going to get through it, I'm heartbroken, I'm this, that, you get that little bit stronger
But
with
back
each
in the
other as you
day,
get
couples
through.
are together longer. I think these days it's harder for relationships to work because of social media.
But then you
I
get
don't-
married really quickly.
Yeah, because
you
I'm
meet
impulsive,
somebody.
Gemini, and I love being in love, and it's all or nothing for me.
But then
That's
you
the way it
say,
is.
should you not get to know someone better before you make that big commitment
The
of
more
marrying
you know,
them?
you never marry
maybe,
them.
but you know, it's cost me money to get married and more to divorce, and you'd think I would have learnt, but
Oh,
I can't
that's what you
help.
have now.
I
This
love
is
being in
forever.
love, though. Would you get married again?
I don't think so. And also, if I do, no one's going to know because it is a bit embarrassing. Like.